Who saved Grogu from Order 66? Baby Yoda is dead. Long live Baby Yoda. And don't worry, Mandalorian fans, the cutest little tyke in the galaxy far, far away is still alive and well, for now. I am, of course, referring to the latest episode of The Mandalorian, Chapter 13, The Jedi, which gave us a metric ton of lore about T'Challa, including not only his real name,
Grogu,
that's his name,
but clues as to how he survived one of the deadliest events in the galaxy far, far away, Order 66, the systematic execution of any and all Jedi. And while all of this is technically speculation at the moment, if we wind up being right about any of this stuff, that could be considered a spoiler. So if you're worried about that kind of thing, then make like Ahsoka's lightsabers in the middle of a swamp and go lights out. Alright, are all the spoiler phobes gone? Great. So during Ahsoka and the wee baby Grogu's Force bonding session, Ahsoka reveals that Grogu was raised at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Many masters trained him over the years, and at the end of the Clone Wars when the Empire rose to power, he was hidden. Someone took him from the temple, and then his memory becomes dark. So clearly someone saved Grogu from getting turned into a Sith kebab by Anakin Skywalker. But who could have saved the wee baby Grogu, and why did Grogu survive when so many other younglings did not? Well, obviously the Jedi would have saved every youngling if they could, but perhaps the relative rarity of Grogu's species played a factor in the why of it, also the fact that he was probably somehow even cuter back then. But let's break down the likeliest candidates for who could have actually saved Grogu from Order 66. Let's start with the person I think is the likeliest candidate of them all, Jocasta Nu. With such chaos spreading across the universe, it makes sense a Jedi Master with access to information few other people have would be the one to spirit Grogu away from an untimely death. Jocasta Nu wasn't just a Jedi Master, she was the chief librarian of the Jedi Archives who controlled access to the restricted Holocron Vault. In the wake of Order 66, which she survived, she dedicated herself to preserving the Jedi Order and their collective knowledge, even trying to start a brand new school for Jedi. And as we learn in Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith number 8, she realized that the Holocron contained a list of every Force-sensitive child in the galaxy, a list that would have contained Grogu's name as well. Now, she prevented that list from falling into the dark side's hands, so not only did she save Grogu in that moment, but she could have helped Grogu escape the Jedi Temple as well. Now, considering what a badass Jocasta winds up being in her battle against Vader and the Grand Inquisitor, which she ultimately loses, it wouldn't surprise me if her efforts to preserve the Jedi Order would extend to saving Grogu's life as well. And next up, we have Yattle. Remember Yattle? She kind of looks like Yoda, but with a mullet. Well, look, she was a Jedi Master and a member of the Jedi Council as well, so put some respect on her damn name. Now, by the time of Order 66, she had stepped down from the Jedi Council, replaced by Shaak Ti, but it stands to reason that Yattle might have had a vested interest in saving one of the youngest members of her species, especially a Force-sensitive youngling, a child like Grogu. According to the Star Wars Character Encyclopedia, Yattle is skilled in the ancient Jedi art of Morikro, which basically lets her slow down an opponent's bodily functions to the point of death. So maybe, just maybe, she used that ability on Grogu to make people think that he had died while she helps the child escape actual death. I mean, hey, it could happen. After Yattle, we come to Shaak Ti, the Togruta Jedi Master who replaced her on the Council and possibly saved Grogu's little life. While the official story goes that Shaak Ti got shanked to by Anakin Skywalker while meditating in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, that doesn't mean that she didn't do other things before that. For example, if she had time to record, say, a holocron message imploring those who heard it to preserve the Jedi legacy, well, she theoretically could have helped a youngling, an important youngling like Grogu, escape his impending doom. Now, speaking of escaping one's impending doom, our next candidate is Mace Windu. Now, you might be saying, but Dan, didn't Mace Windu fall out of a mace window? Yes, he did, but if Star Wars has proved one thing time and time again, it's that fall damage is greatly overrated. Both Palpatine and Darth Maul survived getting shafted, so why not Mace Windu as well? Perhaps with the last of his strength, Mace Windu helped a youngling like Grogu escape. Maybe Mace even survived longer after that. I mean, look, crazier things like spider legs have absolutely happened in the galaxy far, far away, so this isn't that much of a stretch. Now, last but not least, and possibly the most crackpot theory of them all, Grogu was saved by none other than Emperor Palpatine.
I am the Senate.
Sorry, Grogu was saved by the Senate. Jeez. Anyway, remember old Sheev's favorite story?
The tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yeah, Yeah, that's the one. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you, but clearly Palps has had this resurrection protocol in the works for quite some time. Through whatever Sixth Sith science he was using, he likely knew he needed someone with a high M count, or midichlorian count if you're nasty. So maybe, just maybe, Palpatine knew that Grogu was a being with much potential in the Force given their species' apparent Force hypersensitivity, and he decided to try and stash Grogu away as a backup plan. And then in this Baby's Day Out-esque adventure, the wee baby Grogu crawled off chasing a frog or a macaron or maybe a loose egg. Honestly, the kid loves to eat. Anyway, those are 5 people who could have rescued Grogu from Order 66 that he could live on to one day melt our hearts in The Mandalorian. But tell me, what do you think about our theory? Who do you think actually saved Grogu's life? Who do you think we'll see in the viewing stone on Tython? Let's discuss in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, make sure you stay tuned to Nerdist.com.